All right. Good morning. It's Sunday, January 18, 4:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, from my parlor here in Florida. It's quiet outside. I've been up for about an hour or two, almost 2 hours, and I'm still sipping my last bits of coffee from my first cup of coffee this morning. And I wanted to say a few conversational tones here. It's Sunday morning. I should be thinking of other things, but I'm thinking of other things on the internet today with the kid missing in the street situation of my son getting out of jail and not letting me know his contact information or whereabouts, and he's going homeless from release after all this time again. Well, we were talking up till March. From January, where he wanted to know me and save his life, and everything was serious for both of us. We were close and committed to each other and caring and concerned, and the expression changed since he's been incarcerated with his face and his weight and his depreciation and mental health and everything. Hepatitis C, everything failed. So he's in jail. He's getting out of jail. He'll be getting in the street. I don't know where he is. I woke up sweating at 3 o'clock this morning. I want to turn the phone around. I just don't want the flash in my eyes. And I think it's a little too dark to do this. So, see, it's dark. I'm living in the dark with a quiet kitchen light on right now, that's all. I lowered the radio in the background. I'm listening to iHeart Oldies, third shift, since 3 o'clock this morning over here that I was waking up from it. And I wanted to make a few statements. If I could just turn a light on that doesn't blind my eyes and make me sick while I'm wearing my glasses because they're so strong. And I can't see without discomfort and distraction with this new prescription on me right now, to be honest with you. Unless I sit quiet and close to the screen, whatever it is. I said, let me figure this out. I'm going to just see if I could try to take the shock of the flash on my face one more time, if I can. See, I'm not sure how. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just talk to myself. All right, so anyways, I got the live stream on. I'm looking at my laptop, talking on my cell phone, and deciding to say something out loud. Basically, it's the quality of control here. There I got my stream on live in the delay past me while I'm talking live, creating the stream on the phone. It's on the laptop here. See, I'm going to shut it off now. All right, so anyway, so here we go. So anyway, the story being that I'm telling myself, good morning, I'm not dreaming, it's not sleepwalking, it's something like having to hold myself from the bathroom before I blow up over here. I've been going to, that's the way I live. I live 56 years old. Now, here we are. Let me read this story I want to talk about, or my feelings back in normal. I tried to put whatever Facebook is suggesting that I read this morning in order, in a privacy setting here that I'm telling myself, it's something to share on my profile. All right, so anyway, we got a lot. Whoop, there goes Destroy the Swamp on my phone again at 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning. All right, so anyways, these are the stories I wanted to mention. The mentioning is Mr. Marco Rubio and the food in Somali, 100. Come on with the fucking notification. On now? I don't know. Is this on? I just deleted the messages on this notification as soon as I start talking on the phone. All right, so anyways, I just wanted to say good morning. There's a lot of people around the clock, around the world, looking at my views and what I think about myself here on Facebook and the rest of the world that makes me react to it. I wanted to say let me take a hit of my medical marijuana bowl while I'm sipping my coffee. I got to get my senses back so I can remember how to talk in English. Hold on a minute. I want to say a lot of things. I'm more of a dialogue to myself lately. I've been talking a lot in the house, trying to work through my stress. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm burping. I'm drinking coffee, and my stomach's full, and everything's crazy. Hold on a minute. I'm getting acid indigestion while I'm burping and choking. You could blow yourself up if you choke or you can't breathe while you're in the middle of a hit of medical marijuana out of your medical marijuana cherry bowl that you buy at Walmart for tobacco. And you can blow up and asphyxiate. You could choke yourself while your stomach and everything comes out your ass and your eyes pop out of your head and everything. It's a delayed reaction as you get older that you soften up inside, and all your nerves and veins and everything start becoming more sensitive. You got to be careful. Smoking is not the best option, but it's what I do right now. I know it is. All right, so I can't deny my conditioning here. You understand? I'm in a conditioned thought control management microcosm of the system. I wanted to say a lot of things. They're coming to mind, too, that I wanted to say from yesterday. If you could see what I see in my parlor from this chair, I use my chair in the office setting of my computer station where I look at the internet. I don't use the phone the same way. And because my laptop is more of a landline stationary point, I could sort of rotate the little table that I'm using by lifting it and turning it so I can see the screen on the other side of the screen, the back of my laptop, because I have to sit in the drum seat in the middle of my parlor as my actual steering wheel, right? That's where I'm at, right? That's my focus, the east wall with the Mother of God, Mary icon. The drums are right over my screen, eye level. Always present, and I have to monitor myself on occasion with the screen. If I drum, I'm not you see what I should do is have a mobile phone attached to my drum set, and my drums should be. I want to say a lot of things. I'm having a good time trying to remember one thing to say at a time, while I had things to say for days that nobody's here to remember or write down. And I'm over here telling myself this is a major emotional recognized issue for me. I have to take this seriously. I just had a breakthrough. Log this in, jot it down. I don't need a team. You know what I need? I need to believe that I have working equipment. I want you to know that my equipment has been shutting down in my apartment for the past few days that I tried to make music videos or something. And I realized I want you to know, here's my status update. It's now 4:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, slow connection. And what I wanted to say was, let me shut this down so maybe I get a better internet. I hope I don't have to relog into my browser every time I shut the tabs down. They're freaking crazy. I got to keep logging in on my phone for two-party verification to watch YouTube and relog into Facebook every 10 minutes, it feels like. And I got to get up and use the phone to do it because I'm too stupid to keep the phone I'm using to record right now next to me. So I don't have to get up and go to the kitchen cabinet over there where I have it charging all the time. It's out of my way because I don't like using it. All right, so anyways, my quality control is that I'm standing around talking to myself. There's a personality here underneath all this bullshit that I can't get rid of. And the quality is I recognize everybody else's humanity with me. There's so much stuff I want to say. Back to the drums. Let's talk about one fact of life at a time and work our way up. I should be in church this morning, but I don't know which one to go to. I am desperately affected by the fact that I can't attend services in a regular notion with the community that will be willing to recognize me as a family member and integrate me into their congregation. because I'm not a cult status and I'm not a heretic. I'm just an unfounded Christian in my lineage, according to the Orthodox and Roman Catholic people. Orthodox Christian. Old calendar, like in Jordanville, New York, outside of Russia. One thing that I'll speak about everything at one point after I see these videos and cue my motion is to remember to just outline. Here's a good way that I'm thinking. As an adult returning student with disabilities that I was at the time I went back to college and graduated at 40 years old, with my son in my custody when under the age of 10, up to the time he was 11 years old. So listen, here's what I want to say. I don't even remember. I'm using my chair in the parlor like a vehicle. I'm driving all the time. It's not necessarily on the road anymore. You understand? I'm flying. This is Space Station X, Elon Musk, communication through the Mark Zuckerberg Entertainment Group and Meta. I have no government official capacity to pretend I'm a police officer or a government agency outside of being a simple unemployed. Slow connection. We're all in the cop car together now, watching it on the radar screen that used to be a windshield, right? Remember the future cops, RoboCop. Everything's going to be 10 years from now because it already happened 10 years ago. And Austin Centinela suggested TM trademark that he was separate from the rest of the life around him at the time. And here's his sins and follies as ignoble humanity suggests. It rotates around the satellites against your will or with your compliance, written consent, otherwise noted. You can't have gay marriages in an Episcopal church and call it Roman Catholic on Facebook because they showed up and tried to put this notion that the captions don't even have to read in English what you state physically in English, because of the incompatibility of slow connection. Because you got too many people in the mix now trying to pretend they're in charge of the toggle switches and telling everybody what they thought you meant. They don't smell you, they don't taste you, they don't feel you, they don't recognize you, they're never going to let you in their life. Some of the emotions that I want to talk about right now come to mind in my perception to wake up and smell the coffee is you can't have blasphemy laws. You just have to call people out for being blasphemous. You can't restrict speech and expression of thought, even if it means saying fuck you to your mother, because it might have saved her life and yours. You can't pretend I'm the President of the United States and be considering the President of the United States the fool in that White House. You can't pretend that you're not watching me while I'm listening to the radio and realize who's paying who to stay here for me to show up for you. I can't make anything different than it is already, because it already will be the concept. My concept was yesterday walking out my door in the sunshine first thing in the morning. We already all died and are only remembering this in reverse, and unashamedly so. I think we're just trying to ignore the fact that we're sticking our heads up our own asses and pretending not to look around anymore as we get older. The majority of us realize as you get older, you get slower and you can't walk from your bed with the same zeal based upon the gravitas of the quality of the contemporary air control exhaust system of carbon monoxide, a matter This is ongoing case matter, not case fodder. Number 3, don't piss me off. I might just sweat and fucking shit my pants instead of have a hard on and ejaculate into my wife to create the rest of my childhood. Ongoing, unresolved, forward motion, procreative existence at 56 years old that I was supposed to be. More than infantry. I was supposed to have integrity. Slow connection. Say it with me. Say it with me. Her name was Renee Good, and she was no fucking good. Say it with me. George Floyd was a niggeroid on the asshole of the hemorrhoid society known as methamphetamine, fentanyl, drug dealing, nigger thug, piece of shit motherfuckers who will blow you up and motherfucking burn your fucking daughter with gasoline in Atlanta while she's in the car, burning down BLM, motherfucking yay. And anybody that resembles a stinking motherfucking barbecued motherfucking, you know, somebody was burning shit last night, all night last night in my neighborhood. They were burning shit. It smelled strong, like it was local close. Probably garbage in a can. I opened my door to smell. No, I didn't fucking realize this was going to happen. It could be anybody. They did this to me at the rescue mission in Gainesville, Florida for my stay in the veteran dorm with the hole in the fence and my son being butchered in front of me when he got driven up here from Jacksonville 3 years ago. And they burned tires in the forest around the fucking rescue mission. All the asshole, derelict, deviant, criminal, illegal, cocksucking, machete motherfuckers, scum of the earth that walk around in this and on Earth. And went in the tree line around the rescue mission that were allowed to be there. You know? The fucking cops didn't do a goddamn thing in any kind of degree of fucking urgency and safety to stop anybody from being hurt and stop the condition from occurring. They let it go on for months and months and months. It's incredible. And they would burn tires and shit routinely. You would see the big puff of smoke where it is lit up, you know, in view. And I smelled it last night, and I'm still shaking like a leaf talking to you. I got adrenal lesions, more than 17 millimeters at the time they were last measured in my adrenal glands that make me have a severe quality control of nausea, excitement, surge of conduct energy. I can move my ass like you don't want me to do, but generally I try not to get a hard on while my nuts hum harder. Through my legs, up my feet, through my legs, through my balls, out my hands, down my arms. I'm sweating out of my armpits while I'm talking to you. My hands are porous, profusely sweating out of the palms only, not the top. I don't know what's going on anymore. This is my chair. It's a chair. I use it like a vehicle. I don't go forward. In reality, this is all good for me. I noticed I started to look at the world, whether I like it or not, in my heightened experience over here the past couple of days, thinking about my son's issue being shit on again. And I looked out the window, you know, I went out the door and I started going in with this idea that, you know, this is virtual reality. This is virtual reality. Actual reality at my age is my body has to stay within arm's reach, one step at a time with my feet in the footwear or not wearing footwear at the time I'm able to wear any, because I go barefoot a lot. And slow connection. If I can't reach it physically with my comfort zone that I have at this system management quality that I'm in such poor condition, apparently, as my age is right now, because it hurts in using my hands and everything, just to unfold my hands, just to let my hands go out like this, stretch my hands like that, extended. They hurt. I got to make my hands not claw up. I got a left foot that had a toenail, ingrown toenail removed out of the VA hospital years ago, and they cut it vertically. They didn't cut it across. They cut it fucking, ripped it from the root all the way up the side of the left side of my fucking toenail, my left toe, big left foot, big toe. And I don't know if it's my left neck broke side, because I got disc fusion rod stuck to my neck with 4 screws on this side of my neck. And I'm shrinking on this side of my face, this side of my arms, this side of my arm. My whole body's dying on the left side. I don't sleep on it very well. I have a huge difference in my ability, though I have I'm not trying to do this to be embarrassed. I'm doing this for consideration. Nervoso simpatico, you could be on my SEAL team. Governor DeSantis, in the mind of Austin Centinela, the governor's plantation of Florida, Daddyville, otherwise known as the Jackoff artist. This caper's been sealed up a long time. We danoed and booked and murdered one me a long time ago before I showed up in Florida, and the quality control suggests that we got to go on with the movie. So anyways, we're going to do this. We're going to be okay. There's a lot of bullshit that you'll never know and realize it happened. There's a lot of places we could take it further if only we had medical marijuana considered to be a prescription refill. And we were allowed to not let these ugly bastards pretend to be the government or official capacity running the streets that are in Gainesville, Jacksonville, Florida that I walked in and ruin everybody. I would like to lessen the load on everybody and tell everybody, yes, I'm an adult. I have investment potential that I wish to become rich. I want to make you healthy. I don't like Vladimir Putin taking the Taliban in the last day. It was just on the news that Vladimir Putin of Russia I could share the photo post of the news event that he's got Taliban within the last hour on YouTube standing next to him because he's embracing their tribes now. I hope it works. He might be able to convert them into Christian Orthodox military mindset. In the event, I got to tell myself 2 ways. I hated it, but I didn't state my business to the video or comment or even view it yet because I realized this is winning the war. We're going to win the war. The American people of the United States government, contemporary culture has become intolerable. Intolerable. And this goes to the president, Donald John Trump, who understands this. And you got to know your perception of the enemy. You got to know that. I think the American people have become intolerable. And here's my view on the whole thing. It's not to be calling Donald John Trump a traitor president. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to record that I was here doing this more than 20 years before Donald John Trump was the president, and he doesn't have to take the burden of leadership off of his shoulders to be a person that knows me or is known to me for the remarks and personal opinion in which I've stated my life as a family member of the United States of America, natural birth citizen, 1969 to current. I thought it was important that I showed up anyway, because this could be, I am an aspect and a factor. I am not the overreach that I look like I've been to my governor or my president of this current administration, of this current Facebook account, profile, status update report, January 18, 2026, 5:07 a.m. This is more than a weather forecast broadcast for a hurricane and the aftercare of the hurricane victims in the state of Florida. Let's all go home. We already were home. We lost our home. We walked away from home. We got to turn around and find home, was where we come from. But you can't go backwards because it doesn't exist anymore, because God made it that way, where everything moves on and turns into like a revolving dustbin is what I see it says. It's all ashes, right? Glorious ashes while we're here. Tastes like shit. Might make a good movie. I don't know if that's real or what, but I'm only asking myself to, you know what I mean? Thank God that we have our little freedom bubble around us of 6 feet at least around you, within your oral, A-U-R, aura. With your own halo, whether it's heaven or hell, that's what you get. And you know, you don't really want hell. Hell's darkness. It's a false hope, false light, deluding you. If you break down the English language in syllables, by the way that you breathe the word through your nose, let it roll off your tongue, and have to have diaphragm breathing to say it as you get older, whatever the case is, whatever your physical anatomical correctness, your actuality, then the energy of the inspiration and the hope is to be able to express it with that physical anatomical correctness, with the intent received by the sender sending the message to the receiver, the messenger, and then the messenger, you know, and the interpretation has to be accurately fed back to the sender from the receiver, so that we have the figure of the correct interpretation of the message as context and intentions. Dan Aykroyd comes to mind all the time, because he was Frank Garvin, male prostitute, and he sold everything on Ronco and K-Tel and everything when he had the Bass-O-Matic. You throw your bass fish in the blender, and the kids have a new healthy, nutritious chocolate Bass-O-Matic. You got to do Bass-O-Matic. This is Saturday Night Live, 50-something years later, right? At 5:10 in the morning, baby, in Florida. It's January 18, 2026. My son will be staying outside for hours and days with no food or identity or clue as he suffers, possibly gets killed. I don't know. I expect it. Last night, I swear that this happened. I didn't take any video of this. I didn't take a picture of this. There's no proof. I was laying down, sleeping, attempting to just fall asleep. And one of my pictures on the wall next to my bed where I sleep fell off the wall. Popped open, the screen, the glass fell off with the frame, hooked on the wall. The hook's in the wall because it's a screw. I put the little screw with a Phillips head into the wall to hang this one. And it pops off the wall. And it's the ones with me and him, my kid. And it splatters all over me on the bed. In other words, it falls off the wall just high enough to fall down on the mattress next to me with me, my leg touching it. And it spreads out a little bit. It shows that the thing, popped. It literally popped off the wall. I didn't hear the soul connection. I did not hear anybody hit the wall last night to pop my picture off the wall from next door, behind the wall. There was no noise. It just literally went poop, and it went poop, and popped right off the wall like that, poop, and the glass fell down, and I'm like, you're kidding me. I'm guaranteeing you that I know what purgatory is indicating to me, and to be grateful for every little bead of crumbs and light and heat and hope that you can muster up while you're trying to convince yourself you're not supposed to be upset right now. And this is, God loves you and your parents loved you more than you realize, and you didn't, it also wasn't something that you have control over. It's generational curses. We all see things in a quality control in which we were shown. We see it in the way that we were brought up to be there. And I noticed these things, that there's a lot of degree of separation and recognizing that you have to let go as you get older. I'm at the right age to be considered, I think, what St. Peter was in the Bible when he took over the show, and he was shown the ropes that when you're older, the people who don't want nothing to do with you are going to be leading you where you don't want to go. I think it's important to remember you're not delusional for realizing the only control that you've ever noticed was the ability to breathe in and out of your nose and be able to distinct eating from going to the bathroom. That is the crux. We've been conditioned and made to eat what shouldn't have happened, but did. And we have to notice it, that unfortunately it's a human endeavor to recognize this. It's the condition of life, mankind, human beings. There's always going to be a decision to make to save your life. You don't know if it's the right decision. There's always going to be a decision to make to end your life. And you're not even going to be recognizing it when you make it. That's how I feel about it. I think you're either getting busy living or you're getting busy dying. But you're still going to be getting busy. It's a business suit that I wear all the time, the birthday suit. I realize that baby is your tie. That little nick on you is your tie if you're a man. That's your tie around your neck. The yoke of walking around not having sex to make grandchildren at my age and babies loving me back and everything, women. The one that I wanted to go home to as my bed, basically, my chair, my kitchen. The one that was supposed to be my heart, hearth, and home, that never showed up. You refused to show your face to me as my wife. I'm considering it a corpse wife at the terms in which I find my manhood now. It's disgusting. It's sad. It's brokenhearted. I tried to shit, but only farted. Now I gotta eat it. By myself. I don't like it. It's wrong. I notice in my hate for myself and contempt for the rest of the society at large that failed me grossly by the last 30 years of my consideration of the record. I'm not really grateful to be around everybody for any length of time because I consider me a bag of bones at the graveyard already, the way I feel, or being put to feel. If I wasn't my age already now at this point in the video, I wouldn't be saying it with the conviction in terms that this is a statement, not a question. I want to say a lot of people come to mind with good sentimental feelings and worth and value to me at this point in my experience that I remember in the past growing up as a young adult or a kid or something like that. And I don't mean any harm to you, the people who I knew and told you to your face before I lost you. But I care about you, and this is the way it is. But outside of those 10, 15 people, I don't know too many people I could think about anybody. It's not cool. I don't want to remember everybody all the time while my kid's being butchered and dissected, as far as I'm concerned, for fucking organ fucking donors that want to fucking sexualize the population and just destroy it so they can use it any way they want against the terms of the United States and moral code. There are a lot of people that come to mind for the fact that my son and I were suffering this entire time for the last 27 years. It's not someplace I want to live in and remain in and continue to become more poignant of the fact of my cognizant awareness of the physicality and nature of the depreciation, disability, and crippling effect of the trauma that was induced upon me and my son for the last 27 years. It's unforgivable and it's unmentionable to most time of my experience sitting here privately to realize I want to beat myself violently into a corner and not have the ability or strength to work my way out of my bedroom to the toilet to the front door and not have anywhere or anybody to know anymore to go to, and to allow that to happen. It's so sad that I don't really give a damn what you want from me or how you want it from me. You're not going to get it out of me any other way but the way I give it to you. Got the back of my hand, and if I turn it around, I'm going to choke the shit out of somebody if they're in the wrong place doing it to me. If you think you're going to try to do the reach around and stick that finger up my ass with that fucking Queen music and all the other goddamn bullshit that you're playing on iHeart to make sure that Martha Quinn's a goddamn fag hag. I don't like fucking Prince. Let me tell you what I think about America and Snoopy and Peanuts and the Russian band Rush that used to have a drummer called Neil Perovich. The Drone Show. It's not a drum show. It's a drone show. He wasn't the greatest drummer in the world forever. That's wrong to do to people. It's wrong to call yourself the greatest guitar player that could ever be alive. I'm the best. Nobody knows you. I don't care. I know I'm the best. Led Zeppelin wishes they could do what I could do. Think it over before you four-leaf clover. Love's another four-letter word. We know what it means backwards, don't we? The other four-letter word is, you got it, baby. Hashtag it. Love is a four-letter word. Hashtag. Hashtag. The other four-letter word. Stop teaching everybody how to sin, Austin. Your name is on the Facebook Artificial Intelligence Co-Pilot Microsoft akin to bisexuality, homosexuality, Satanism, Luciferianism. Google suggests when you think of Austin Santalella, you listen to Freddie Mercury, Killer Queen, Adam Lambert, Keir Starmer, China. Sissy training. In sissy training hypno videos on YouPorn and all the other ones that are even worse, they put this women who are unnaturally feminine, beautiful, cosmetic, and boy twinks that are dressed suggestively as females with tits in your face and tell you you want their cum. Use black men as your bulls and let them make you suck their balls. Allow black men to put it in your ass and ride them. Sissy training. Governor DeSantis, your children will be watching sissy training without your permission in the next 10 years. If you allow them to notice Austin Santanella's artificial intelligence network under Morgan and Morgan, Farrah and Farrah, Faggot and Faggot, Elton John, the band Eraser, Pink Floyd, Rush with the female drummer, with the feline in the middle of the band now instead of the cock and balls that were supposed to be pointing at you to let you know it was the Starman, which came from David Bowie, that they put their ass in your face to let you know what they thought about somebody taking it up their ass with the pentagram on their fucking logo, Rush. Fucking Ziggy Stardust was Anthony Newley with a little transsexual cocksucking bastard called David Bowie. Should have been a Jones. His real name, his father called him Jones. So instead of going to the reality of the situation and being a man, little prissy bitch David Bowie, as a boy, decided everybody was too boring and unloving and sickening back in the early 60s when they did the MK Ultra fuck with everybody in 1965 and get everybody to fucking renounce God and take their fucking family and shove it up their asses so they could do a 50-year Rothschild fucking inspection. You know where you are in the United Nations, everybody? You're in the 50-year stretch of phase whatever the fuck it is to the Rothschilds who decided that your generation shouldn't have been born a long time before you showed up, and now they want you to know where you are in their game plan for the end of your fucking DNA. Your DNA don't mean shit to these people. They're going to make sure the goddamn nigger fucking European's going to be the goddamn control. And they're going to be Muslim. They're not going to give a fuck about you because you're poor. The rich people could do whatever the fuck they want and never think twice about Muslims. Because the Muslims know money is money. And we know we're not going to have any. They're going to move you into a goddamn neighborhood to make sure you never are who you were again. And your grandparents will be forgotten. Remember my skull structure before the lights go off any dimmer. When the kids come home, you see what I'm saying? What home? This is a goddamn television show in a Facebook's fucking spacesuit that I gotta wear a cell phone as a goddamn coffin.